With Full-Time Devils.
Welcome back to the Manchester United Football Social with Full-Time Devils. Thank you very much for listening. We started at 6, but we're going live on YouTube right now. Come and say hello. If you want to give us a call and have your say about anything Manchester United, 0345 111 7625. We can come and have a chat about anything, about Ollie's last couple of weeks in charge of United, about Paul Pogba's comments in the international break, always seems to pipe up then, and about ticketing prices for United fans across the world. You know, when people come into United, I've heard of all sorts, the prices people are paying to get to Old Trafford for United against Barcelona. If you want to have a chat about the draw as well, can we get through? 0345 111 7625. Come and have your say. I'm with Abdul and I'm with Webby. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Lots of players were, well, not say lots of players, there was a good handful of United players that were in the international break and they were going off and they were going to do their thing. We've had a couple of injuries. Well, a lot of injuries. Now, I don't know who is left. We figured it out. I think it was Valencia. I think it was, and Paul Pogba's definitely in there.
Scott McTominay.
Yes. Well, yeah. Rashford pulls out today. Lukaku's out. It's, you know, is it a good thing? Is it a good thing? Are we that bothered?
You know what? He was a master of it, Fergie. Giggs got absolutely slaughtered. Still does to this day about him pulling out on all these international. But he benefited us, the club, you know, meaningless friendlies. Well, saying that, I went to watch Wales versus Trinidad and Tobago last night.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you what, the game wasn't a great game, but tell you what, those Welsh know how to sing an anthem.
Really?
Oh, I tell you what. Hey, nothing against it. Nothing against it. You know, it was really, really good. Terrible game. Obviously the main player wasn't playing, Bale and Ramsey and whoever's, but no, Trinidad just missed Dwight York up front. If they would have had York up front, he might have notched. But it was a good evening. Went down with Vicky and Mickey Thomas. You know,
how is Mickey T doing?
Yeah, he's struggling a bit at the moment, but we send him all our love. You know,
indeed.
He's a top man and he will beat it. I know that. Great to see him. Spend a few hours with him, but you know, fair play to Wales. You get what you're given. You know what I mean? And they've got average players, but they battle and they won the game 1-0. So, and they got a big game Sunday. But no, fair play to Welsh fans. They did light up that ground last night with that anthem. Very impressed.
0345 111 7625. Come and give us a call. You get your call in now. We can get you on before the end of the show. Do you think it's a good thing then that all these players are back fit then? Well, we're back fit for the time we play our next game. But then again, Abdul, there's no excuses then. You know, because you look at big teams like City and Chelsea and Arsenal, and they can all go, well, we've had players in international break. United, they're
City
best.
do it a lot, don't they? I think
let me just spot him. Did you see that tackle on that Sane?
Tackle on Sane was unbelievable. Yeah, go and check that out if you've not seen it.
That could have ended his career.
It really
you know, and if you're a City fan or the kid plays for Dortmund or whoever, that's what I mean about some of these meaningless friendlies. You get these plant pots on the other team trying to make a name themselves, trying to make a move to a bigger club, and that could have broke his leg, finished his career.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. We've seen that on the international breaks before, players doing that, and you know, obviously it's a City play, but that's what can potentially happen to some of our players.
It could do.
On a meaningless game that means nothing at all.
It does. Well, we've had a couple of incidents. Some have gone our way, a lot of others haven't, and we're going to have a little debate now between us. Your thoughts as well. 0345 111 7625. Because it's international break, we can get into a topic that's not really about United, but more necessarily will affect United, but a football debate as a whole. It's on VAR. Now, it probably gave Abdul one of the best moments of his life, VAR, when Rashford scores that penalty. But at the minute, at the way it is and the state it is of taking very long time for decisions to be made and etc, etc. VAR in football, Webby, your opinions, do you like it?
Absolute joke.
A joke.
Look, my first experience of being in the stadium, VAR, was Huddersfield versus Manchester United last year when he disallowed Mata's goal when he was 2 yards onside. and then the TV drew a line. It wasn't even straight to try and explain the decision. Now you look at the one at Paris. It looks like the foreign VAR would go for that as handball every day. If that was in the Premier League, it wouldn't have happened. But if you look at the handball at Wolves in the Cup, it was a penalty. He didn't even check with VAR. I'm not just saying it because I'm a red, but it was more of a penalty than the one we got in Paris now. And it proves that now because there's no English referees now left in Europe because we don't use VAR.
Exactly. Once VAR's done right and it's been used over a season or two, it works pretty well. I watch a lot of Italian football, you see, and I notice it's a lot quicker on the decisions. They get the decisions right. There's not a lot of controversy. In the first season there was at times, but they get stuff done. Whereas us, they use it in the United game in the FA Cup, but then don't use it in the City game. You've got to use it, otherwise it's not fair how the competition's run. You can't use it in one game in the FA Cup and not the other, because then that's an unfair advantage for the other team. And if you want to get the best out of VAR, you got to use it in every opportunity when you can, like in the FA Cup. So it's not working now in England.
So what's the standard? So it comes in effect in every game next season, correct?
I don't know if they've taken a decision.
I don't think they've taken a
well, if the FA are trying to make a decision, we might as well come back in 8 years' time and they still be messing about that mob. No, it's got to be. If you look at it right, I'll always remember, and I have to laugh about it because I don't like the football club. Bolton Wanderers scored a goal years and years ago. It was about 8 foot over the line. And those 2 points,
I remember that.
Relegated them.
The relegation.
Those 2 points wouldn't have put the Bolton in the mess they are today.
Yeah, I always go back to that goal, where it clearly looks it's over the line.
In the back of the net.
On that.
In the back of the net.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
So obviously
the player's leg was like fully over the line, kicked it out, and that's when you're like,
they've got to use it, because today the matter of fact nowadays, for the sake of 1 point, could determine somebody's livelihood.
Obviously, so that was goal line technology, but other moments as just as offside as, and you see how Swansea got knocked out the FA Cup, and that's unfair for them. An offside and a penalty, whether it's City or whether else, you've knocked a team out who've against the odds.
I just can't understand
City.
why they can use it in one game and not in the other.
Yeah, that's a disgrace.
It's stupidity.
That's a disgrace.
Have they not got enough staff? I'd go in one of those cabins if they played me.
It's not like they're playing in a park or something. They're playing at a Premier League side. Pretty much, Swansea been in the Prem for years, and it's a proper ground, isn't it? They can use VAR there, surely.
Listen, get in touch. 0345 111 7625. Give us a call. The number is along your screen if you're watching on YouTube. Because it's international break as well, we're going to do a little question and answer. If you want us to sort of answer a question you've got Manchester United related, get into the comment section on YouTube. 87711. We'll have a chat about it. I can see one from Football XD saying, is Rashford overrated?
Yes.
Webby, yes.
It depends who's rating him. I think some of our fans, they get overexcited when certain players do well, but then once something goes wrong for them, they dig them out instantly. I think he's fairly rated by some and overrated, as it happens with a lot of players. I think in the last few games, the reason a lot of people changing their mind with Marcus Rashford, some 3-4 weeks ago, buzzing off him, saying, he should be the United striker, but then asking him to be sold. Like last week, he's been clearly playing with a knock for me since Liverpool. Clearly, he was playing with painkillers half-time against Liverpool, then comes back against Palace 2 days later. He's gone Paris, stuck that penalty away, was running his legs all game, and then he's gone on international duty with England. He definitely needs to recover from the ankle injury. It was bruised.
I'm just having a joke there.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, with Marcus, the way he is and the way he stormed into the team, his debut, obviously, in the Europa League, then the Premiership, people are just going to say that because they're going to look at other centre-forwards we've had. The kid's only 20. If he stays there, can he beat Rooney's record? You never know. For me, he needs a break.
Yeah.
The kid's only 20 or whatever it is, 20, 21. He needs a break. Should be getting more help, but at the end of the day, one-on-one, I think it's so much that with Marcus, it reminds me of Danny Welbeck in a way. If it's instinctive, he'll score. If he's got time to think, then it starts a bit of a problem. But he's cost us nothing, so give the kid a chance. And I think
on top of that, you got to look at all the big games. Comes into Arsenal, City, so many big games he scored in, and obviously Paris as well. And I think sometimes we've got to think too much. Is not putting them away. But if you look at the goal against Spurs, goals against Leicester, those moments there, and I think he'll build on it. And for me, sometimes it gets down to hunger, whether the player wants it enough, whether he wants to fight for the badge, whether he wants to keep his place in the side. And I think Marcus has got all of that. And I think it just needs some working on with Ollie over the summer, hopefully over his finishing.
Indeed. So a couple of things for you if you're watching, listening live, 877 on the text, 0345 111 7625. Come and give us a call. If you can't call, get onto YouTube, watch us live and put in the comment sections any questions you've got. Brian Pearce, I see yours. We'll have a chat about yours in a second, but we're going to go to MJ, who's on the phone. Hello, MJ.
How you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, I'm very well. What do you want to speak about, mate?
Basically, I've just got two questions to ask you, the panel this week.
Yeah, mate, what are the two? Give us the first one.
First one is, do you trust Ed Woodward to sign the right players this summer?
Do you trust Ed Woodward?
I wouldn't trust Ed Woodward melting ice. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. The man's a rugby bloke, supports Liverpool. That's all I have to say. But then again, he's always come up with the money. I just don't personally like him. That's my opinion. I think the person in charge of our football club should be a football bloke who loves Manchester United. He loves rugby and supports Liverpool. So there you go.
Do you trust him, MJ?
Absolutely not. And just like the second question is, like, if we just look at since Ferguson and David Gill retired, just like how for some reason I think he just likes big name players that are past their prime. Like, look at, if you remember, Falcao, that was just one signing I couldn't understand after he come back from a bad knee injury. Schweinsteiger, another player who was like just over the age, and then we had Sanchez as well. And if you look at Sanchez last year, like, he just wasn't doing anything for Arsenal before he come to us. But another big name player, and I just got a feeling.
I think everything just seems really commercial around Ed Woodward. What we're hearing as well from when he's sitting down with the players, he's telling them, I'm going to make you this much money because you're going to get this much, sponsorship with Adidas, with this, with that. The next noodle sponsor, the next tractor sponsor, all of that. Noodles. And that's all we're talking about with him. It's just so frustrating.
It's spot on what he said about David Gill and Fergie. They're a pair of bullies, and I mean that in a good way. They done bullying for Manchester United Football Club. Whatever player we wanted, we got.
Yeah.
And to lose both of them at the same time was a right blow. Everyone was about Fergie's going to replace him, but it was a blow losing David Gill because he knew the right people. And it's right. They bullied people that are selling players to us. And it was great for us. And Fergie always got the man he wanted. You know what I mean? And it was great. And to lose both of them.
You look at like some of the last ones. I mean, Van Persie goes to 24 mil. He's just had the season of his life at Arsenal. That's a steal. And then he goes and wins the title for us. Where's that from us? I think we don't shop around the Premier League, for me as well. All of it is like obviously we got Alexis Sanchez, but look, before that, everyone else from outside the Prem, you got to go, for the players that have got that potential and that have got that Premier League experience. Not just about how much commercial money they're going to make the club.
And how much sell them we can get if we do go to sell them. You got to look at the one there. What stands out for me was Kante. Yeah. I'm not saying he won the league for Leicester on his own, but Chelsea seen it.
Yeah.
What do you want for him? Oh well, we'll pay it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If I heard him he's unhappy at Chelsea, I would go to them.
That's what I'm saying. See, what makes sense this summer is to splash some money at Chelsea for Kante, because it's an unsettling situation for Chelsea right now. You go for Kante, Wan-Bissaka at Palace. He's played 2 brilliant seasons, with Palace in the Premier League. He's won, I think, the most tackles out of any defender in the Premier League. He's only a young lad, and he's someone that can replace Ashley Young there. That's it. And then you got Ruben Neves, controls the midfield against Wolves, bossed it against us the other day. Those are Premier League players that make sense, that change our side, if you get what I'm saying. And it's not always about the big names like MJ just said. And let's just see if Ed Woodward's got it in him and he's going to speak to people that understand the football, because all this director of football talk had gone away. We're not going to forget that, Ed Woodward. You do need to get stuff done for us. You need the director of footballing to work on transfers from now. The fans aren't going to stand for it anymore. Nope. And the likes of Paul Pogba, David De Gea will leave if you don't build a team around them. Ed Woodward needs to get that into his head. We need a big summer at Old Trafford, and if we don't, then that's it. The club's over.
Well, that was Abdul. I mean, you told us there, mate. Get your calls in 0345 111 7625. Thank you very much, MJ. If you're watching, make sure you get your comments in. Ryan, I still see your comment. I see your comment. ERT random. I still see your comment. Paul's goals. I don't think it's the real one, although he's got time in his hands. Get your comments in and we'll get to your questions. I'm just going to go to Russell because he's in South Africa. Hello, Russell.
Hello guys, how you doing?
Hi Russell.
Hey, let me turn you up, Russell. Russell, how you doing, mate? What do you want to speak about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing alright. I mean, in terms of football, not so great with the past 2 results. But yeah, generally I'm doing it right. And I just want to talk about the international break and how I think at this time of the season it's such a anti-climax. I really don't understand why they cannot find the time to slot it in where it doesn't really affect teams that are challenging for, I don't know, for trophies and for even relegation. You know, if you're a relegation team and I don't know, there's an international break and you've gathered some momentum and then you have to go for 3 weeks, it comes back. It's just so negative. I don't see the positive side of this international break, to be honest.
I don't think any people who like club football can see it. I mean, it's just all...
I'm looking at it now, though. I just said I totally understand what you're saying, but Carrington must have been hammered this week. Yeah. You know, normally when United years ago did that many, it used to be like 1 or 2 players left behind, but surely we would have had a right squad left there this week, you know, and they probably would have played Wales, wouldn't they? An 11-a-side proper game, you know, but I understand what he said. This time of the year when it's squeaky bum time coming close to it, you know, you got your cup finals
time for it.
in Europe, you got your FA Cup, you've got your league deciders coming, what is the 8 or 9 games left, and then they throw in the Nationals. Now I know they're qualified, but surely they could have moved them and forgot this stupid friendly. Because if you're a team going for a big prize and like just say Sane would have broke his leg, put him out for the season, that could have disrupted City. You know, and it's a meaningless friendly what's done it, and some plant pot who wants to make a name for himself. Now for me, you got a red card. I'd ban him for 6 months for that tackle from international football. Let him play club football, but ban him from that maker thing, because that could have broke the kid's leg and could have ended his career.
Russell, thank you very much for your call,
Top man, Russell.
0345 111 7625. We're going to go through some quick fire questions here. Rabiot for Manchester United, do you think he's a good fit? Will he work well at Old Trafford? That's from Ryan Pears.
A brilliant player. I think he's a great midfielder. Obviously his attitude sounds like it stinks, unfortunately,
that's what
Paris.
Ryan
but you get him for free. And another Frenchman next to Pogba. Why not switch things up a bit in midfield? Let's make some clever signings like the likes of Juve. Don't always spend the big bucks, other than Ronaldo maybe, but you know, they make the clever ones like Matuidi from Paris change their team.
ERT random says Martial or Rashford. That's for you, Webby.
Martial just,
and we are going to get into this one. I think it needs Marcus Rashford all day. Right, we're going to have a chat about a director of football and all of your questions as well on this live chat. You want to get onto it, YouTube, Full Time Devils. Give them subscribe. If you want to actually have a chat with us on the video, 0345 111 7625, and we'll be right back after this.
Manchester United. Full-Time Devils.
Welcome back to the Full-Time Devils takeover of the Manchester Football Social. Get in touch, 0345 111 7625. Rob and Phil, I can see you're waiting to have a chat. Also, get in the comment section as well and come and have your say. John Neal, who's watching. Hello, John. Question for Webby. What's the max bid on the shirt for Mickey T?
Which shirt? We've got two shirts. We've got the Teddy Sheringham 99 treble shirt, and we've got a Real Madrid signed Gareth Bale shirt. At the moment, last time I looked, it was £390 by the same gentleman for both shirts. I think it was £140 Bale, £250 Sheringham.
Right, Kane Judge can raise some money for Mickey T.
Get bidding, go to my Twitter thing, you'll see everything there. Great cause. Let's get it up to as much as we can for the great man.
We're going to speak to Rob now, who's on the phone. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Are you right?
Yeah, very good, man. You want to talk about sports psychology? Are you more intelligent than me, please? Because I don't know, I wouldn't know much.
I'm a sports psychologist. I know United have got one, and I just sort of what you think on sports psychology, because I know it's a big thing at United at the minute. So what are your thoughts on it, really?
In what sort of sense? About like how the players are thinking at this moment in time?
Yeah, it's a lot of it's through the culture at the minute, the culture of the football club and the way it's being run, sort of organisational culture of it, and just sort of what your thoughts and whether you think it'd be worth players sort of doing, really.
What do you think, Abdul?
Go on, Abdul, you can answer this.
I don't know much about sports psychology, if I'm honest, mate, but anything makes a difference these days. If
you look at it now, obviously these footballers got that much free time, and that much money, and things like this could help, you know what I mean? Because I know a few ex-players who said to me they were bored, and I'm thinking, how could you be bored, to do something like, obviously if you look at it, they start at 10, finish at 1. You're alright there, so.
Yeah, alright, sorry.
So obviously it's something what they need, and obviously you read about, and obviously you see about all these players with the demons, with the gambling and the drugs, and and people say I don't feel sorry for them, but I do, because they're human beings, I seen that, read that in the paper about Merson breaking down on that TV programme. I love or hating Paul Merson. He says it how he sees it, and apparently he looks in a bad way, and it's common knowledge what he was doing at Arsenal. He wasn't on his own, it was a drinking club. We had one at United with certain ex-players, and it must be hard. So this psychology will help him, but what they do I don't know, but it must help him because each big club has one.
Rob, what would you do? What are you learning now that could be sort of put onto this United team to get better results?
I think it's all about the culture, to be honest. It's about, since Ollie came in, it's just the football club, the way the football club is run has just completely changed. Honestly, you've never seen anything like it. With the way Ollie's come in and done what he's done, it's massive. It's absolutely massive, and the effect of that is unbelievable, especially on the psychology of the players. As you can see, they're playing better on the pitch already, aren't they?
Rob, thank you very much for your call, mate. 0345 111 7625. Coming over, you say we've got Phil in London. Hello, Phil. How you doing, mate?
Hi, Phil.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hey, Phil. Yeah, not bad, mate. We're bored, Phil.
What do you want to talk about, Phil?
Bored with no football.
International break, mate.
Not of you, Phil.
I'm on an international break. I normally live in Germany, so I'm home for the week.
Oh, lovely. What do you want to talk about?
I was actually going to say how great it feels to have Ollie at the wheel.
Hey, keep it coming, mate.
And I wanted to say it because as an older fan from the horrid days before Doherty and what have you, I have something that, I've seen that and I've had that experience of going into the second division. And I know how bad it could be, really bad it can be. And, we've had a few troughs, but Ollie's brought it all back, and it's really been exciting to see what he's doing for the club. We've had a couple of defeats, but I can't understand all the fans getting all upset about it.
Do you think
Phil, what it is, if we're not winning 4-0 by 20 minutes, then he needs to go, he's bobbins, he's rubbish, why did he start? It's just the way the world is, social media.
It's like everything's changed since I started watching football properly, once we had Ronaldo, Rooney, that great side. When we used to lose a game, here and there, even some bad FA Cup games against Coventry, I remember once we lost, and I was like, whatever, we'll get on to it next one. Now everyone just has this mad expectation where you've got to batter every team every week.
Indeed.
Can you imagine how schizophrenic they'd be now? If Tommy Docherty was in charge, we'd be winning 6-0 at home and losing 6-0 away, and everybody would be going crazy every week.
You're right, Phil. Obviously, good job Twitter wasn't around social media under the days of Tommy Doc, mate. We'd all be blowing each other up every Saturday. I know what you're saying. I was obviously round your area. Obviously, I was young, not old enough to go in that second division. But people say to me to this day, the best times of their life following United in that second division. And there was ups and downs. You look at your Southampton in the FA Cup, beaten by a team in the second. That's what it's all about, and what people have got to realise. You cannot win every game. Full stop.
There's ups and downs in football, no matter what team you support. And we're seeing that with Paris, and then 2 losses. But it's really about how we bounce back, and I think our fans need to start believing and backing the lads a bit more as well when moments like that happen to us.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Phil. Enjoy London, mate.
Oh, Phil. Let's have a chat now about on YouTube. Let's go over there. Let's see what everyone's talking about. Mentioning Griezmann from... would you have a Griezmann?
No, thank you.
No. Took him. Definitely not now.
I watched him the other week and I didn't realise for 70 minutes he was on.
It was at Juve. He did have a bad game. I think it was more than... It wasn't a fair game.
Not for the money they won.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think you're going to have another Sanchez situation, and we don't want any of that now. A couple of years ago would have took him.
Oh yeah, a couple of years ago.
Wrong time for me, and we don't need it.
Wrong time, wrong hair place.
If you could
done his hair. You seen it?
Nah.
Do you want to Google? Yo.
Oh yeah.
Matt Court says, "What's your perfect summer transfer window this season, Abdul?"
Perfect summer transfer window.
Yeah, about who getting in.
We get in. We get Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Oh.
We get Jadon Sancho in. If you say perfect, unrealistic. This one's not realistic. I'd love Varane. Varane and Lindelof would be unfair to have, but I'd go Koulibaly to make it a bit more realistic. De Ligt would have been great, but yeah, I'd say. And let me chuck in Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi from Leicester. Brilliant defensive midfielder, gets about in the midfield, has a bit more pace than Nemanja Matic, distributes the ball well. So I'll go for them for realistic signings, world-class centre-half out of them, and Koulibaly from Napoli.
Webby, anyone like that?
Can't beat Abdullah's, can I tell you? That was a dream transfer window. No, obviously, I'm not going to name names because obviously that'll happen overnight. Who am I? We need a top-class centre-half, someone who's a bit honourable.
Top of the list.
Do you know what I'd love? I'd love an out-and-out goal scorer. A Ruud van Nistelrooy-esque. Is there anybody about? I'm sure there is people about. But who? I wouldn't know. But we've got to get at least 3 or 4 in world class. There's no point in just getting players just to add to the squad. If he's not going to improve it, don't buy him. You know, but it's a massive job this summer. We want to get close to Liverpool and City. We have got to buy. And I don't like us spending, but I can't see. Obviously, I think Greenwood will get his chance next year, hopefully, if he stays fit. But then again, if he's going to just play a bit part, I'd rather send him on loan for the season somewhere.
Here's one from Harsad saying, no signing should be more than £50 million this summer. Do you agree with that?
Nah, I think the markets... I understand him not wanting to overspend. You got to be clever. I know City has spent crazy amounts of money, but you got to look at the way they operate. They're not just chucking crazy amounts of money, 70, 80 million at one player. They are sort of splitting it up in the right way at times, and they got Mendy and they got Stones, spent a combined 100 mil. I think Mendy and Laporte is better to look at, and that sorts their defence out. Obviously, he's had his injuries, but when he's played, he's been quality for City. So you just got to understand where the money deserves to be spent. Jadon Sancho, going to cost you over 70 million, but he's a potential, Ballon d'Or, contender in a few years. You never know what happens with him. He's balling out in Dortmund, and he's been brilliant. So you've just got to be clever, but you have to spend over 50 million if you want those world-class players, and especially a world-class centre-half. There's no more time to faff about, with getting potential centre-halves. You've got to pay the money for the best defenders, just like Liverpool did with Van Dijk, and we've got to do that this summer.
Webby and Abdullah, we got time for one more question, so let's see what the final question is. Let's have a look. Should the club prioritise Jadon Sancho? Abdullah?
Jadon Sancho.
Sorry.
You say Jordan?
Yeah, sorry, I've just read it out. Someone's got it wrong here.
No, I think there are other priorities, and for me, it's a world-class centre-half and Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace, because I think City might end up getting him as well, and he's Premier League proven. young player, and he's looked brilliant. I'm hearing Zaha speaking into his ear, trying to convince him not to come to United, so hopefully he doesn't push him away. But you know, that would be a great signing for United.
Webby?
Where do you start? You know, obviously we've mentioned about last season how far we was behind City, and we never spent well. We've got to have a good window, whatever it takes. We have got the money there. Obviously, don't pay too much, but when United go for you, it adds the extra money on, and it's something what we've dealt with for years. So we've got to deal with it, Joe. You know, and we've got to get the people in the right position. Like I said, don't buy anyone just to add to the squad for numbers' sake. If they're not better than what we've already got, don't buy them. So massive window, and it might take a lot of money to do it right.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for being on the show. That is it. The time is over. The another phone in will be back next Thursday, and we can get more into Manchester United in action. Thank you very much to Abdul and Webby on Full Time Devils. Subscribe and like. And Jimmy's up next with some Pure and Embrace. We'll see you next Thursday.
Manchester United football.